Okay, guys, we're talking about the scorecards now. Wanted you to get a good look at the scorecards before you saw them, and in case you had any questions, you can ask beforehand. And at least you had some idea on how to fill them out so that we keep any errors to a minimum in terms of scoring. So remember, the athletes will bring you their scorecard. They'll already have their team, their heat, and their lane filled out. You'll just need to write in your name. And then we've kind of broken down the workout for you guys to go ahead and check mark, tick mark, however you guys want to do it. For WOD number 1, and particularly scaled, you'll have to note if they did the thruster or a back squat. Remember, the back squat is a allowed scale on this WOD. So if they did do the thruster, then you would just go ahead and circle the thruster, back squat, circle the back squat. There's 2 rounds, basically Team A and then Team B. So Team A will go first. Here are the running totals of reps, and Team B will go second. Here are the running totals of Team B. For whatever reason, if they do not meet the time cap, this will help you with the workout. So if, say they got 8 of their synchronized burpees, okay, so they hit their 8, but they only got 5 thrusters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it would be 121 plus 5 is 126. So the reps would be 126 if they did not finish. If they finished in the time, obviously you would write the time right here. Everything else, this is where your team captain signs their scorecard, and this is for the scoring committee only. That is WOD number 1 for scaled. It looks very similar for RX. The only thing different is you do not have the options for thruster and back squat, and there's your fire breather. Let's talk about WOD number 2. As you can see, the team name, the heat, and the lane are actually filled out for you. Don't forget to write your name as the judge. So here you'll have a 2-rep hang clean, and that attempt will be noted here. If they make the attempt, you can checkbox this one. You'll also have on every single one of these, or every single portion, because these are together, and then these are together. So you'll have a like a flip chart that will indicate weight for the audience. So when you ask them what they're attempting, you can go ahead and make sure that the flip indicator at your lane is set to that attempt. You should have about 3 minutes in between each lift, so you'll have plenty of time to flip that, make sure the weight on the bar is correct, and then watch their attempts. Now remember, they cannot attempt or practice any one of those during their rest time. So only can they lift. Once 3, 2, 1, go is called, can they start to lift, and there's no more practice lifts, so they'll have to wait until their next turn to actually lift that second attempt. Also remember that they cannot go down in weight. They can only stay the same or go up. It's also indicated in their WOD rules, so they should know that. When they attempt, all you have to do is put the attempt amount in there. So if their hang clean was 150 pounds, that's what you would put. If their attempt 2 is 170 pounds, they made that one, let's say, they made this one, and their last attempt was 185, they did not make, then your result would be 170. That's it. We will calculate what that is times 2. So you do not have to calculate that times this. All you got to worry about is the weight attempted in each individual lift. For the overhead squats, it's the same thing. Let's say they did 200 here, that was good, 205, that was good, and 225, that was good. That's 225. That's it. We will take care of any of the points, and so forth for lift CD, A, B, C, and D. Okay. For the fire breather, it's just slightly different, just so you know. Same idea, but there's not 4 different lifts. There's only 2 different lifts. The male is doing a hang clean. The other male is doing the snatch. On the female, hang clean, and the female snatch. Same idea here. All you got to worry about is the weight, and that's it. The scoring committee will calculate the total weight for you. You do not have to worry about that. Make sure you have the team captain sign, and that is WOD number 2. Now on to WOD number 3. Again, this will be filled out for you. You'll have to put your name. This one's a little different. So Team A, this is a team chaser. And Team A has 2 rounds. Team B has 1 round. One judge will be for Team A, and the other judge will be for Team B. For Team A on the scoring, Team A is the only one who's actually going to score reps or score the time, because time finishes when Team A is done. So if Team A comes around and gets held up by Team B, then that will be their total reps left over if they do not finish. Now, I don't expect a lot of teams to finish this one. So please note how to score the scorecard if they do not finish. So Team A takes off. Here they come on round 1. You can check that off or tick mark it, however you want to do it. Double unders, that's each. This one's for double unders. Remember, they have to do them each and not as a team. Here they come on round 2. They've checked it off. However, they get held up by the hang to overheads, which where most of the time will be spent on this workout. Then they did, Team B barely got off. They did 12 overhead or hang to overheads. So that's 300 because they finished that, plus 12, and that is 312 reps for that team. If they finish, Team A completes this all the way through, then you'll just put the time. So remember, Team A is the only one. If you're a judge up for Team B, all you have to do is make sure they are doing the correct reps and they are finishing that to let Team A score for the time or reps completed in the time cap. Let's move on to fire breather. This one's just a little different. You'll just notice this one, they'll go out to you and they'll let us know who has Team A. It's the same thing. You'll just notice the female teams will be Team A or the male teams will be Team A. And the only thing difference is the scoring, but I don't want to confuse you about that. So they'll come with their scorecards that you'll need to worry about. All right, so now scaled, slightly different. You have WODs 2 and 3 put together in this one. So what we'll make sure and do is they'll have their 5 minutes to find the 2 rep max front squat attempts. Again, here's Team A attempt, 2 attempt, teammate 1, teammate 2, teammate 3, teammate 4. You'll write your attempts here. So teammate 1 attempted, let's say 95 pounds. Teammate 2 attempted 100 pounds. Teammate 3 was at 185. Teammate 4 was at 250. Okay. Attempt 2, the same thing. They missed 95. You can write 95 and then just cross it out. Or, I'm sorry, 105. They cross it out. They missed it. Here's 120. Here's 205. And here's 265. They made it. They're good. And say you're only going to find that chances are they would only have 2 to 3 attempts each. This one tried it again at 105 because she cannot go down. She made it. Everybody else, you'll write the result: 105, 120, 205, and 265. That's it. You do not have to total this up. We will total that up on the scoring committee only. Okay. Now they have 1 minute rest. They got to move to round to the team chaser. One judge will go with Team A, the other judge will go with Team B. Again, Team A is only scored. So just like the last 2, they'll go through it. If they do not complete it, you'll put the number of reps down here. That is the WOD for scaled WODs number 2 and 3.